Hi guys, this is a kickoff of week 4 of Applied IoT course, summer course at LNU, and we are coming into a project week. So now all the theory is behind us. You hopefully are comfortable with all the main concepts, and now it's getting to work if you haven't done that already. I know a lot of you already asking like, oh, can we submit the report? I'm already done with this. And then many of you are still maybe just received their hardware and getting started. So it's a very, very big span. So, but this week then for us is a focus. We will try to make assignments for report submission and for peer review available. We were just trying to do this quickly before going live, but latest today it will be fixed. And then the whole week we have workshops, right, guys? So the workshops continue just as usual. Look at the schedule, and you're welcome to come with any issues that are still left. Doesn't matter what it is. So please just show up. It's always easier to help you live. And TAs are there for you this week. Even if you feel like that, oh, maybe I'm not going to submit to the deadline, please do use these teaching hours, because some people ask me, but I can do it in August, right? Yeah, but we are going to rest in during the summer. Hopefully, I will not allow any TA unless they really, really want to maybe to answer questions on Discord during vacation. So please use this week to really take advantage of this, right? And another thing that Carl, you asked me to convey, right, is the same as we said last week as well. Now, when you work on your projects, document as much as possible, and already now think what you're going to write in the tutorial. Maybe try to fill in tutorial along with filling in your code and the different parts of the project. Right, and then I want you guys also talk about talk about presentation, right? So this week we will make the schedule for presentations. We already started doing that with those four that will have aiming for a higher grade and a longer presentation, right? And then there were some questions about what can I just record a video, or is it a live presentation? And what do you say?
We're going to do it like we did last year. So you're going to sign up for a time slot. You'll have to attend the whole session, and you actually have to be there because we kind of expect you to like ask questions to the other presenters and things like that. And however you choose to do the presentation yourself is totally up to you. You can have a pre-recorded video that you play during the presentation. You can do a live demo. You can just sit and talk about your project. You can go through your HackMD tutorial or guide. So it's really up to the presenter. We're not really strict on this.
But it can sort of, it is your chance to sway the jury towards your grade. So it is great at how you present as well. So even if you have maybe a slightly rather simple project, the presentation demonstration that you can communicate your newly acquired IoT skills is also important. I think for what in my experience, like demoing projects like this and like for lectures or for working in the lab, it's always good with some kind of combination. So the live demos are treacherous, and you don't want it to to like fail to connect to Wi-Fi or something like that the second that you decide to present. So I would try to record at least part of the functionality beforehand, when you're calm and you know, okay, you have many tries and you don't have to kind of fiddle with all the wires and stuff. So record that it works, the whole flow, and it's easy. Basically, just put up your phone on a stand somewhere, like you can tape it to to the wall or whatever. Just to try demonstrate. You don't have to speak in that presentation, and then I usually kind of have the video that's rolling behind when you're presenting and talking about the project and how you implemented different things. So that's also what we want to see, that you have done something, right? So please share your story, how it was, all the frustration and all the success. So I would say record the project and then prepare some kind of short pitch of what you have done. It is also possible, like if you want to make slides, you can make slides. But then I would suggest that they have the same structure as your IoT tutorial. So first introduce all the parts, the idea, all the hardware, right? And then go more into the technology of different parts of the project, and then finally some kind of demo. And then you also have seen that in the advanced part of tutorial, like the ones with the star, video presentation is already included there. So you kind of you have to record something. Then that presentation can also be everything from just a simple demo with whatever, some music, background music, or that you actually walk through it, like trying to teach people how to build your project. So that's also a span. But the idea is then that we mimic the Tinker community of people online that share their experiences, so that you kind of introduce you to that flow, right? Ahmed and Nas, do you have some more recommendations for what to think of?
Yes, I just wanted to add that try to make it as interesting as possible, your presentation, and also like timekeeping is really essential, because we have like at each session that Joachim mentioned, we have morning session and afternoon session. Let's say it's 2 3 hours or 4 hours presentations. Then the presentations are right after each other, like with 5 minutes time span between them. And like let's say if you have 10 minutes to present, if 10 minutes is gonna be 12, 13, 14, and then if you reach 15, like more than 50% over time, we have to stop. So try to like train with you like yourself to make sure that you can present. So if you have like huge project, we're gonna have for higher grade students, we're gonna assign more time. And I think last year we had it on the last 2 days. So for them, because their job, the work is bigger, so we're gonna give them a little bit more time. So make sure that you talk with us. We have already talked to, if I'm correct, to 16 students last week about higher grades, and more book the time to talk to us. Make sure that you talk to us, so we give you more time slot when you do the presentations, because they have a bigger work and they need a little bit more time to present.
Yeah, but for everyone, it's a good point. Please rehearse and time your pitch. And it's always better that you maybe rehearse the 5-7 minutes and then leave some more for just open discussion and questions. So think like elevator pitch for your project. That's good.
And we will always give you like a heads up when there's 2 minutes left. So if you like are going to run out of time, you have some time to actually wrap it up. So we're going to be there for you as well.
Also, join a bit early. Like you can attend other people's presentations, and you can just sit in the room and just see how like what other people worked on. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, definitely come early before your presentation. Timekeeping is huge. Like practice, have some notes for yourself. It's just like the same with any other presentation. I think what Oksana said about the preparing a demo, that's also like important. I would record it ahead of time, like make a 1 minute like YouTube video or something if you're gonna demo something. Because yeah, you're not gonna have time to like play with wires or like to debug something. It's just not feasible during the live presentation. And yeah, there, like if you go over time, we're gonna have to cut you off because there's gonna be a huge backlog of other people who need to present after you. So yeah, be there early. yeah, practice, and you'll do great.
Yeah. I think we have also in the playlist, you have like this video from last year, how to ace your presentation. So do watch that. And yeah, otherwise regular rules apply like for any project pitch, really. Then another thing that we need to do sort of this week is that the deadline for submitting your tutorial, so your report for peer review is coming up, right? So then we got some questions about like, yeah, what the hell is peer review? How do I submit and so on? So I want to just say that the first practical part is that, let's see if I do this view as a student, you should have submit report for peer review is due, and final report submission as your assignments in same place where you had the quizzes, right? And trying to fix this now, hopefully now this works, is that now you will be submitting a peer review submitting your report for peer review as just a website URL. So that should be a URL to your tutorial, either GitHub or HackMD, right? So we click start assignment, blah, 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 some comments, and here we go. So please use this one, right? And the same flow should be for the when peer review is due. Maybe I will rename it. I'm not sure if that's clear, but this is your peer review of another student's report, and don't submit it yet, even if it will become available, right? Because you don't know who are you going to review. So this is a bit of a manual step here, right, Joachim? So how do we fix this? How do we arrange this?
So you're going to submit your report for peer reviewing before the 30th, and after the 30th, we will assign 2 or 3 other students for your peer reviewing, and we will come up with like some more explanation of this, because we know it's I mean, to get started, you'll have to click a button that is kind of hidden in the interface. So we will leave some sort of a screenshot or something like that so you can find it easily.
Yeah,
but then
a bit difficult to show it before we have any submissions yet. But don't worry, we will go through this. We have Friday and we have next Monday as well for this.
And also worth mentioning, when submitting your report for peer reviewing, it doesn't have to be like 100% done. That's not really the point of it either. It's basically so someone else can take a look at your presentation or your report rather, and then see if something is missing. Like if you missed one of these checkboxes, you have to fulfill to get a complete report. So don't stress out over it, because you'll have until the 5th to submit your final report.
Yeah, and exactly. So the peer review should not be something dreadful and big. So like there are some criteria here that we added for you. So basically things to think about when you look both at your own report and at other people's reports. So it's just a way to help each other improve. And then it's not a big deal if you haven't completed your peer review or answered your peer review comments, right, before you present. So this is basically just a way for us to improve your report before the final submission. So this is the goal with it. And also, of course, like the knowledge exchange and stuff, there is some kind of learning objective that is tied to it. But for me, it's mostly that you are aware of your shortcomings, because sometimes when you look at something every day for whatever 3-4 weeks, you might not notice like simple things that can elevate your report. And then again, the final report submission will also be a link here. So that was it. And we have some more questions in Discord. Let's see if I can do it here like that. It worked. So if it's a recorded presentation, how do you suggest we share it with you, right? So I mean, I can answer on this. So Nas said that yeah, you can put it on YouTube and include it like embed it in your report. But when you're presenting, I think the best is you share your screen when you play it, and then you play it not from YouTube, but from a local file. You can also embed it in your PowerPoint. That's also works fine normally. But basically, share your screen and play a file. And sometimes there are some bugs, like, and the difficulties if you have a sound in your video and then you try to share it over Zoom. So that's why I go like, be prepared to just show the video and speak at the same time in a Zoom call. Or like, what do you guys say? I think in my experience, that's the biggest, sort of the easiest flow for that. Yeah, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree actually. But however, we are doing it on Discord,
Right.
yeah. But but the only thing is, usually the problem with this is sound.
Yeah.
Like the sound doesn't get relayed through Discord if you play it locally or on YouTube or anything like that. So you'll have to like experiment a little bit with it. However, like a last resort, if you have it on YouTube, we can, I mean, either we can screen share your presentation and then you can just voice over it, or we can all just look at it at the same time. I mean,
yeah, this is a plan C, right? But yeah, so
yeah.
just that's why I'm saying, like, be mindful that the sound might not be shared. So be prepared to present when you are on Discord stage, and share your screen for the video.
Yeah, it can be a little bit like show and tell. So if the video is playing but we can't hear the video, you can just narrate over, like tell us what you're trying to show us. The other thing is, I mean, this shouldn't happen, but like for the odd presentation, so let's say, I don't know, you happen to be the unlucky one and Discord happens to have a bug, be prepared to have some redundancy. And like, this is really nobody's fault. Sometimes Discord has problems. So maybe have like your phone as like a second device. So if, for instance, on your computer or on your phone, you're trying to present something, but then it's like the audio is not working or something, like have a second device maybe, if that's possible, to just for backup. And that can help for some people.
Yes, I wanted to add, like, I have seen some students, they have Discord on browser. Usually when you have a Discord on browser, it could be sound problem. And also, like, when you want to share a screen, some they had like issues in different platforms. So try to install the software instead. Like the Discord has for Mac, Windows, Linux, and also you can install it on the phone. Try to do that. And someone asked if for the lower grade they have to present in front of all the students for the session. Yes, the session is like the normal session at any university when you have course, when you have a presentation. For the students that they register for that time slot, let's say between 9 to 12, you're gonna present, and then everyone in that time slot can, everyone welcome to join. But for those who register for the time slot, they have to be in and listen and ask questions, be active in the presentation. Yes, you need to present in front of everyone.
We will see how many show up, but yes, the idea is that we demo for each other, and we are that. Then we might not have that much time to ask the audience too many questions, so it will be the teacher and the TAs that lead this. And there's always at least one teacher that will be present at each presentation. So there are like 3 of us, I think, now that are going to be active, because we try to not burden TAs with the examining. So like we're deciding what grade you have, so they can not be biased when they help you, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, this is the one, me, Neda, or Arslan, that will be present to grade, right? Here's another part of this question, right, from Discord. Is there pointers on what we should include in the presentation? And I think we have covered that, right? So that I would say follow the same structure as the report. That does make sense. And yeah, having some redundancy if you do make slides. If you decide to make slides, maybe include more screenshots of how everything is working, like in case your video is not working and so on. Or if you don't want to make a video, I think for maybe if you're aiming for a lower grade, that is not necessary. Or, I mean, I would still maybe create like something really fast and simple. I mean, the video doesn't have to be 5 minutes. It can just be, you know, like a demonstration of, okay, the light is blinking. Like I think we had some progress videos that people share, like in the general channel, for instance, like just how you show that it worked at least at some point, right? So I think it's important that we see that, just because, I mean, it is a hardware course, so it might not be enough with just a GitHub submission. So that was it, I think, for my part at least. And there are no more questions that I see. That instructions for the report template, I think we answered that many times. You check out the important links. It's there, and you can either do it on HackMD or import the template as a markdown to GitHub. It doesn't matter which one. Right. Do you guys have anything else to add, or do we run this up?
I just wanted to add that from today until Friday, every day we have at least one session. Today, one session, tomorrow, one session, Wednesday, 3 sessions, Thursday, 2 sessions, and Friday, I guess, 1 session. Join us if you need help. Definitely join us.
It's also a good, this is also a good chance to test all of your Discord equipment and sharing a screen. It can just be okay if you just come to that open room, right, and try to demo your project, so you know that part is working.
Yeah, and also for higher grade discussions, we will have those from today until Wednesday. So no more higher grade discussion after Wednesday. So that's worth.
Good, yeah, because we do need some time also to then, as I said, assign you to each other for peer review and make a schedule. And yeah, important both for us and for you that we as soon as possible know how the next week's gonna look like. But I'm guessing it's not gonna be before Friday when we have a full schedule, right?
Probably not.
So hopefully when we have our wrap up video for this week, we'll also share the link for the presentations next week. But we do let you have some wishes at least on your time, but otherwise I try not to book anything for next week and be available to do this. Yeah, cool. Well, with this, I would like to. Someone is typing on Discord. This is your last chance. Otherwise, I'm wishing everyone good luck and productive week on completing all your projects and reports. Right. One last question then, and then I'm turning this off. Let's see if I can. Here's the question. How deep should you delve into things like CAD or HTML coding if you're using it in the project, right? Because they're not so relevant.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to deep dive into it, but I mean, you can mention a couple of things about it. That's totally fine. I mean, if it's part of your project, it is, then.
I mean, you don't have time to delve into anything deep, really. But do mention all parts of your project and CAD, and like if you use 3D printing, it's obviously a bonus. So do include that in your presentation, of course. All right. Well, thank you, and yeah, let's get on it. When is the next workshop today? 1 o'clock.
Afternoon. 1 to 3. Yes.
Yeah, in the written report, it's the same. You don't have to dive in that deep into it, but do mention it. All right. See you Friday if I don't see you sooner. Yes. Bye-bye.